Mr. Ponje, if you can't produce, then we have to allow the imports, those who have the big pockets and can import these things into the country for us.
It's
because you
like,
can't meet our demand, not
yes,
even 1%.
Yeah, it's not like we can't produce, but we are not competitive to the imported one. We know that those from the Western world, one, they are giving subsidy. And I will say categorically that it's not a fresh chicken that they are bringing into the country. It has been stored for years. So it's given to the importers at any price. And it is an unfair trade that we are experiencing here. And I think we need to tackle that. Because if you are given a fair level ground, I think we can produce here. But that is not what is happening.
What will it take for you to get to 5% of the production?
Well, I think we need policy drive. In the first place, the technocrats should understand our situation, and we need to synergize to work on it. Poultry is all about the feed. So, imagine in 2020, we were buying 50 kilo weight of maize at 65 cedis. As we speak now, it's over 200 Ghana cedis with the same kilogram, 50 kilo weight. Soya beans, which was 150, is now 600 Ghana cedis. And wheat bran was waste. And we introduced...
So you're talking about feed?
The feed. So if you are not... And if you don't get the feed at a reasonable price, that is why the government came out with a project called Planting for Food and Jobs. And we all thought it was going to help us. Yes, the yield went out, farmers got higher yield, but we still allowed people from the neighboring countries to buy the maize and export them. So we were the sufferers. Meanwhile, government has injected money to subsidize what they are doing. So we thought it was going to be controlled so that the prices will come down. Now from 65 cedis, it's over 200 cedis. So how do you produce with it? A ton of feed was 1,500 cedis. As we speak now, it's 6,700. That is why the farms are folding up.
So what's the motivation, and you see the wrong to be done by the people, even though I have followed some stories that suggest there are clear, push factors that your agriculture, you are getting some sort of subsidy on fertilizer for planting for food and jobs. Then you make the produce, and then you sell it to your neighbor, your neighboring country. So you are saying here there's no effective, checks and control.
Exactly.
But those who also engage in that, they have an excuse. They will tell you how you are not competitive locally, so they can give their produce to you. They won't break even if they give it to you.
Samson, we will never be competitive enough. If you look at the way we go about agriculture, we will not be competitive. For example, if you go to other areas, I will use rice. Whereas we are producing 4 to 5 tons per hectare, others are doing 8 to 10 tons on the same hectare. So immediately it tells you that something is wrong with our output. And this needs the intervention, which will have to come from the leadership. And this is not happening. They are getting the 8 to 10 tons because they have modernized their farming practice. Something a peasant farmer out there cannot do. So you need the leadership to bring this in. We are not doing that. And all this entails funding, cash. And that cash should come from the government end. And the government will reap all this investment if they follow strictly the laid down rules. They will get back the money plus.
Okay, now I bring...